for alignment and realignment,
Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda has officially defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC), pledging to mobilize support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of the 2027 elections. Aduda, who represented the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) in the Senate and served as Senate Minority Leader during the 9th National Assembly, was formally received into the ruling party on Tuesday at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja. The former lawmaker was welcomed by the APC National Chairman, Nentawe Goshwe Yowata, alongside members of the party's National Working Committee. Speaking at the event, Aduda assured party leaders of his commitment to delivering the FCT for the APC and President Tinubu in the next general elections.
For alignment and realignment, which is what I told the people of the FCT and the residents of the FCT at my New Year message to them. I said that there will be alignment and realignment.
You are aligned, sir.
And why did I say that? Your Excellency, our party chairman, I've come to key into the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, having given the people of FCT hope, having brought the minister of the FCT to FCT, bulldozing everywhere and doing all that he can to ensure that development takes place in the FCT. Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, sir, sometimes I wonder how the minister happens to cram all the names of the villages, towns that he visits. Your Excellency, before now, we will have ministers who will come from Area 11 back to Life Camp back to Area 11. But we have a minister who will go to Yangoji, who will go to Paigomoni, who will go to Gromindad, who will go to who will go to Kabusa, who will go to Keti, who will go to Gaube, who will go to Kujekwa. You can just hear the people of the FCT. You can just hear how excited the people of the FCT are that the president gave them Nyesom Wike, who is a workaholic and who is ensuring development for the people of the FCT. And so, Mr. Chairman, we want you to take this message to Mr. President that we are indeed very grateful and we are indeed very happy that we have a minister who recognizes what is on ground, who knows what is on ground, and who is trying to ensure that the entirety of the FCT is developed, and who has provided purposeful leadership for the people of the FCT. Having said that, sir, Your Excellency, when the Minister FCT came, the President granted him approval to take him out of the TSA, which has provided this level today where we can see development taking place. The President did not just stop at that. He also proved for the FCT the Civil Service Commission for the people of the FCT so that there can be career progression where civil servants in the FCT can rise and become PAMSECs and rise in their own choosing fields and career to the level to which God will take them to, which is the position of permanent secretaries and some head of service and all that. And after that, Your Excellency, the President did not stop at that. The President appointed one of us to be a minister in the federal cabinet, which was also my legislative agenda, because in all my legislative life, Honorable Tinubu seated here, I will always move a point of order, and I will move a constitutional point of order to say FCT must have a representation at the Federal Executive Council. My party didn't provide that to me. I was minority whip for almost 7 years, 6 years. I didn't get that. I became minority leader. That didn't happen to me. So if for whatever reason at the end of the day, the President decided to recognize the people of the FCT and recognize the fact that there was this thought for the FCT people to have somebody at the Federal Executive Council, then I think he deserves our support. Your Excellency, sir, very recently, the President through the Minister approved for all our traditional institutions to be upgraded after 17 years. 27 years, sorry, I missed 27 years of being in one place, of being stagnant, no promotion, nothing. And the Minister did it. What do we do? How do we pay back the President? To ensure that we come out en masse and vote for him, and ensure that we can continue to enjoy what we are enjoying. Because this is some recognition for the people of the FCT. Having said this, Your Excellency, I decided that it was now time from the realignment to alignment to align. And immediately key into the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, who has provided hope for the people of the FCT. And we are sure that we'll be more hopeful of more things once he returns and once we give him that support. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, seated here, your young boys, they just emerged as chairman of the various area councils. They are your foot soldiers. And by the special grace of God, they will not go wrong. And so I'm keen into having successfully come out of the area council elections so that we can team together, we can team up together, we can work towards the success of the 2027 election. Your Excellency, let me assure you, don't listen to anybody, any opposition or anything. People who could not win one councillor, people who had only 2 votes in their polling units, and they want to rule Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, we are here to give support, to give the backup, and to ensure success. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, you are from our zone, you are from here. In fact, before now, FCT used to be part of Plateau State. So we are your own. Yes. So we are your own. We are part of you. We will give you support to ensure that you succeed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You, your supporters, your people, to this large house, this compound called the APC, where we normally say in a house there are many mansions. Even not so, would have asked to stay back in PDP. We can accommodate all the progressive in Nigeria. I've known that you have a progressive mind, and there was no how you're going to stay among the non-progressives. APC is the only non-progressive political party in Nigeria with progressive mind that seeks to protect the interests of the common man. And that's why we keep on saying that when others, some content creators who call themselves opposition, who go on TV to create content, they go on social media to create contents and tell what they never did when they had the opportunity. All of them were either in the presidency or in the Federal Executive Council or in the National Assembly or governors who had opportunity. They had opportunity, some for 20 years, some for 24 years. They've been in government from 1999 until they lost in 2023. And they're telling us stories that they never did. That opportunity, when they were in power, and we in the North were in power, to build a road from Sokoto to Badagry. They never did. President Tinubu is opening the Sokoto to Badagry road. Not just the road alone, but the road will come with over 300 dams. The dams will be meant for agriculture. Agriculture, not just crops alone, but for animals, and articulation for the people. That corridor is going to be a food corridor that will extract food from Sokoto into the southern part of Nigeria. So it's an economy being built around the north to strengthen the economy, strengthen our development, and ensure that the social protection of the vulnerable around that corridor is taken care of. That was not done by them. It was done, it's now done by somebody who has a foresight for us, starting from the northern Nigeria to the southern part of Nigeria. They were there. They didn't know that we needed gas in the north. Today we're having the AKK project that will ferry gas from Wari into Abuja, into Kaduna, into Kano. The AKK project. The SPAO will provide power supply. And when the power supply, independent power supply will be built, will be in Gwagwalada, that will power and supply power to the FCT. And the gas project is already in Kogi State. Next will be FCT in Gwagwalada, where they will build the power supply. That power supply will provide power for the entire FCT. We extract power, provide power supply to the people. We ensure that communities have power supply, industries have power supply, artisans have power supply. It will spark growth for SMEs in the communities, in the villages, among our people. That's what we call the progressives. The president is running a rail line that will lift from Lagos, from Port Harcourt, down up into Kano to Maradi in Niger. It's not for fun that we're going to have a dry container port in Niger. That would be the biggest business opportunity for anybody in the north. That would be Nigeria in Niger. All the landlocked countries will depend on Nigeria and that line for the imports. Nigeria will depend on that port for import. Chad will depend on that port for import. Sudan will depend on that port for import. Burkina Faso will depend on that port for import. It's an opportunity that will be opened up for the northern Nigeria. So when they say that nothing has been done for the north or for the south or all parts of the country, you ask them, where were they? Where were they? Didn't they have the concept? Didn't they have the brain? Their brain vacated them when they were in power. Today, their brains have resumed from holiday because they're in opposition. And they forgot Mr. President is doing much for this nation. And we have the coastal line, coastal superhighway from Calabar into Lagos. Is it the ports that we're building? We're laying a foundation for a new Nigeria. And the foundation starts today. And that's what we're calling, and that's what all progressive Nigeria are keeping behind us. So that the dream of Mr. President to provide a lifeline for infrastructure in this country, to build a new Nigeria, that the economy will depend on what we are doing today. It's a revenue. That's part of what Mr. President is doing. Today we share monthly revenue into trillions of naira. For the first time, the non-oil sector is dominating our revenue. For the first time, we have surplus trade. We have trade surplus. We export more than we import for the first time in this country. And these people who were lying to Nigerians that they want to diversify the economy and they never diversify it. Now that we're truly diversifying the economy and we're having trade surplus, they are coming to say that they want to make change in Nigeria. Change from the trade surplus to have the negatives, to remove all the infrastructure that Mr. President is doing. And that's why those revenues, you are feeling impact on the routes that Mr. Wike is doing in the FCT. It's the policy of Mr. President that is driving those infrastructure. Assuming there's no fund, there's nothing the minister can do. And the funding are coming through the policies of Mr. President. And that's why if you're progressive and you're not in APC, then you're not truly a progressive. All governors are coming to queue behind us because they want to be part of this progressive. The train is moving and the police are moving. They're impactful. I want to thank you. You acknowledge the fact that Mr. President is driving some new policies that is changing the face of Nigeria, the face of FCT, the rural community, providing social protection of our people, ensuring that Nigerians have an atmosphere that the person in society, the lower society, feel the impact of governance. Thank you so very much. We are going to work with you. We're going to partner with you. We ensure that FCT, the North Central, we have clipped the North Central. We announced with your coming, we announced 7/7. 6 governors and the FCT making 7. We are now 7/7. And it was demonstrated in the FCT council elections. We had 5/6. But from the eyes of the person who was that one left, when I saw him on TV, he looks like a progressive. His smiles, his voice, his gesticulations, everything around him sounds a progressive. And tell him our doors are open. So as you come together with your supporters, Munaikele Babbamuria, Chewa, Kira Mutanenka, Supita, so now APC. Gidan ya riga ya rushe, gara su dawo, kafin damina ya zo. Ba leman kuma. Having said, I want to thank you for coming. I want to welcome your supporters and the LJ, the council chairman. I want to congratulate you on your victory and be sure that I'm here to be your partner, to be your cheerleader, to work with you to ensure that we provide good governance to our people. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator, we present